Whoa, there it is. Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Cloister of the Dice. I am your one and only gaming monk, better known as Mildra, and with me, of course, are three of my good brothers and sisters in this congregation. We have Balanced Hydra, Ember, and Lady K. The remaining half of the crew is stuck with IRL concerns for the time being, so it is going to be a bit of a skeleton crew today. And I will also note that coming off of Indominant and then what happened the week before. This does mean that the end of month tradition will not be happening this month because it doesn't make sense when we haven't really done enough episodes of the Cloister proper in the month of October. One could kind of say I was going to say we handled that with Indominant, but that was in September, so that doesn't count. But the one shot will return next month with a project from a dear friend of mine. I'll get to that later on. And since we've been gone for about 2 weeks, I think this is as good a time as any to do a for those who came in late. So the last time you all were heading to the Lower Stables Hotel to pick up one of the people who was going to be essential for the expedition into the New World. Things ended up escalating because it turns out he was being watched by a spy who had kidnapped his pet dog. Since they were really trying to get a hold of the map of the New World that he had, but unfortunately, that map wasn't something that they could actually use. Mostly due to the fact that it would be like trying to read a doctor's handwriting, if you catch my drift. And to that end, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that on the way to the Lower Stables, you had a interesting encounter with a Strigoi mystic who gave you a bit of a reading after dealing with a bit of family drama that the Captain Lieutenant doesn't quite know what to think about. But now we are back proper. After your little dramatic chase and the trapped house that was trying to look like a wine store. You guys we have the return proper of Captain Lieutenant Rimbaugh. And the fact that if foreign spies are involved in this, especially spies from Castile, then the mission has been exposed.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get out of Cheros quickly. But as we begin our story, you do see that the Captain Lieutenant has ordered a bunch of her men to clear out the hotel. Especially the room of your new friend. and essentially making it clear that anything tied to the expedition should be either packed up or destroyed, and any evidence that anybody associated with the crown was here should be removed. What they can't take and put into carts, they destroy.
Oh, who we got? Who we got? Who we got?
Hold on. I think he looked quickly.
Who was that?
A friend of the show.
Oops.
Yeah, I probably should have put in a channel status on Discord. My bad.
Shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
But ultimately, as this goes on, you all are put into one of the attached carriages, and you are headed to the Chateau du Soleil. Which before you even get close, the guards immediately let you pass. They don't even stop you. You end up going along the buildings and then into a private part of the Imperial Gardens, stopping in front of a large greenhouse that, while certainly impressive, it's clear that the greenhouse has seen better days. It hasn't been tended to in a while. Some of the greenery is starting to overgrow its normal bounds. And while this is going on, you see a squad of musketeers loading a large crate into a cart, until one of them drops the crate, which splits open.
Can I roll notice to get a good look at it?
You can.
Alright. Let's see. Put this over here instead. I'm gonna roll that with wits, even though I've got absolutely batshit nothing in that. So, let's see what I get, shall we?
I'm actually going to do the same.
For this, I only need one of you to roll.
I got a raise. I got an 18.
I don't suppose I could help her out.
You can, so... Okay, I want you to roll one more die.
Which one? Ah, yeah, I just realized I didn't...
One.
I just realized I rolled as K, not as Keelan.
Yeah.
I forgot to change that. Alright, what die do you want me to roll?
Just roll a straight D10. We're going to be adding that to what you already rolled.
10. So 2 raises.
Yep. The day will come when that 10 will mean an exploding result, but today is not that day.
Mm.
But...
As I pretty much look at my fellow musketeer, hey, careful guys, we're supposed to be the best this country has to offer.
What's inside the the open crate reveals a sarcophagus,
Mm.
and if you want to as to observe further as far as what's in said sarcophagus, uh,
Bless you.
that is going to be um, wits and scholarship.
I'm gonna try rolling it, but I want to see if I recognize the outside of the sarcophagus to see if it's something from the New World already.
Mhm.
Because I've already been down that way. 18.
18. So you can't it you can tell one thing. It's not the New World.
Okay.
Um, the sarcophagus seems to have a elaborate mechanism of gears, keys, and even a few runes that at least that you're able to tell. It's a Gald rune, a rune which this particular rune translates to stone. A lot of the the mechanism seems to be to try and secure the thing so it doesn't open, while the rune itself seems to be there mostly to toughen the thing so somebody can't break it open the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
That kind of begs the question: who set it up?
But
Actually, Ivan, you've got scholarship, don't you?
Let me check. I only have one in it.
It's still more than me.
What am I rolling?
Scholarship and wits.
Okay.
Let's see if you can make. Monk, she got a 31.
the the sarcophagus is full of a bunch of different hooks and padlocks to secure it. The hooks and the like are Thean made. It's the only thing on this thing that seems to be made in Thea. Uh, whatever is it, and the chest itself is more of a Medenian make, which is not the New World. It's the other direction. It's closer to the Crescent Empire.
What concerns me is what's inside and how bad is it that it requires an elaborate lock just to keep it closed?
Would it? Well, as you observe them putting the thing into one of the cart, you see that the cart is driven by a hooded person who seems to sign what they're saying instead of speaking.
Okay, so they're either mute or deaf.
Or both.
Ah. That is, of course, also a possibility. But as soon as you're doing this observation, you do see Rimbo show up, and she is very much not subtle about her appearance here. Then again, It's kind of hard to be subtle when you're the you're the right hand woman of the Emperor.
I salute the captain, ma'am.
I need you all to wait 30 minutes before we leave. We'll be heading out through the gardens, mostly a servant's path, in order to get to Cane Voyageuse way station. It's a few dozen miles north of here. There we'll have our ship to get us out of here and towards the new world. We'll be going on the La Belle Traversée. And I believe the captain of that is one Annabelle de Montfort. One whom she looks right at Keelan. I'm sure she's forgiven you for the money you owe.
I'll make it back for her.
Told me you owe her money because you suck at cards.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Well, let's just see if I can. Hold on, I completely forgot where I was going with that. Hold on a second. My brain is not awake.
Well, we did get the money from those mercs from before. You could probably use that to help pay your cab.
No. You see, that money is going to be going into something else there, Sunshine. I've got other... Oh, shit, really? Holy crap. Hold on a minute. I don't understand how I'm louder than everybody else. Thank you for letting me know, Crab. Alright, can somebody speak?
Testing.
Test.
Is that any better, Crab? Ah, perfect. Thank you. Alright. I've got everything set now, so no touchy on my end. Alright, where was I?
Something about money and today.
Ah, yes. Yeah, no, Sunshine. That money's going to be going into something else. I've got a wee bit of a vendetta I've got to fund anyway, and those sovereigns are going to cover it quite nicely.
Alright. I trust you know what you're doing.
Out of curiosity, did the good captain say how much I owe her in terms of gold? Monk? Uh-oh.
Did Monk die?
I mean, he's still showing online. I think his mic might have cut out. Hold that thought, folks. As we love to say here, RVT never without a fucking botch.
That and technology always loves to give us the middle finger.
Yep. Or as John would put it, if he were here with us right now, technology! It loves to give us the middle finger. Oh, wait, we got something?
Apologies for that.
Alright, let's try that again. Tell me, did the good captain say how much I owe her in terms of gold?
No, she just said that you'll have to take that up with her.
Fair enough. Because I, quite frankly, can't remember how much I owe her either.
Well, she did say both of you had a few libations beforehand.
Oh.
Make of that what you will.
Well, hold on a minute, because I can't get drunk. I would have drank her under the table.
Everyone has a. You have a high tolerance, but not an infinite tolerance.
Hold on. I'm gonna double check something on, I gotta double check something. Hold on. Because I have the advantage able drinker.
Mm-mm.
Alcohol never adversely affects you no matter how much you drink.
Yeah.
I would have drank her ass under the table. So unless she slipped me a Mickey...
The New World has some interesting concoctions. Of course. Rimbaud shrugs and says, "That's just what she told me. Whatever details happened beyond that is between you two."
Fair enough.
But
How long do you think it's going to take us to get to this way station?
it shouldn't take too long. It's just a matter of getting everything from the expedition to there.
Alright, out of character, quick question. Is our new friend with us? And if he is, remind me of his name.
Your new friend, Henri de Malachabres,
Thank you.
is he is still it. He is at Place der Fleurstes, where he's been holed up for his safety. Plus, he's not much of a fighter. His the goal that you all have right now is to get to him without raising too much alarm, and then with him get out of Shiros. But you all are still within Chateau du Soleil, and by extension the Lower Stables Hotel. But he is for the purpose of this, he is with you. But he does seem to be anxious about something, though at present you don't know what it is.
All right. Keelan sidles over to Henri and gives the wee little pup a quick scritch behind the ears. What's on your mind, friend? And for that, I am going to roll empathy and resolve.
Roll it.
Ouch!
He simply states that who kidnapped my girl, and it's likely that he wasn't the only one. Somebody else is probably following us.
I understand your trepidation. But we're going to get both you out of here safe. You can rest on that.
I second that as well, as I pretty much approach everyone. Now, on the Musketeer's honor, we'll see to it that you will remain unharmed.
It is appreciated. Still keep an eye out.
Duly noted.
I would like to get the chance to talk with you if you ever, if you find yourself calmed down a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, both of us have something in common there, Henri. And, out of character, remind me, he is also a linguist, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. You were going to say?
He seems to nod, but it's like he's only half paying attention to the conversation and is spending more time looking at everybody passing by as the convoy goes through, as if he's trying to see if somebody's spotting them.
I lean over and say in one of the older languages that I'm sure he knows. We've got this covered, friend. Don't worry.
Meanwhile, I am definitely keeping an eye out on the surroundings. This may be the palace grounds, but still, there's something to be said about vigilance.
Agree.
So, with that in mind, Francis and Ivan, roll wit and empathy to see if you can see any out of place behaviors.
Woohoo!
Damn.
He got 4 raises on that.
You, Ivan, your roll. Amber,
Yeah.
remember wits and empathy.
I have to find my mouse. Hold on. I have 2 computer screens. So sometimes my mouse.
Oh, hold on. I actually do get to re-roll, so I'm gonna roll at what, an extra d10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shitballs, Batman. Ivan got
You
5
can't be-
raises.
Well, you can't be the only one who gets good rolls all the time.
Those were ridiculously good rolls, you two. Seriously.
Mhm. But you do you as you guys go on, you do notice a few things that are a bit odd, like someone who's pretending to look at a mirror or or a newspaper, but is clearly looking at you guys, or someone who is trying their best to not show you their eyes.
So there's more than just the one or two.
But you but it does at times it feels like the whole town is watching you, which on some level was kind of the point. I mean, this convoy is very obvious.
Well, here's the thing. Do we try to stop and interrogate, or do we try to move on as quickly as possible? What say to everyone? Do we try to see what's going on around here, or do we just keep going to there but still keep an eye out?
Hmm.
Fuck me.
Sorry, Kate, but you're a married woman, and I don't do NTR.
No. Did you stop that? I'm trying to take care of audio shit on my end.
Oh boy.
Yeah, audio leveling is the bane of my series' existence.
Let's try that.
But as things go a bit further, all of a sudden, what looks like a group of assailants start to rush the carriage where you're in, and also where the relic is in, the thing that was in that sarcophagus. You don't know what. All you see is the sarcophagus. Obviously, you don't know what's in. You don't know what the contents are.
Mhm.
But there are about six assailants trying to attack you.
Back off. That is Musketeer property. One more step, and I make no promises you're going to get poked.
All right. Given that, Francis, I want you to roll. See, panache and intimidate.
And I do have a reroll.
Which just means you just up the total by 2. But they aren't backing away, but they aren't getting closer, which does stall for enough time. With Henri saying, "Don't draw any further attention until," and that they end up backing off. But then a second one tries a similar attempt, i.e., the other one was just the bait.
All right, I am going to aim my flintlock at him.
One get. They seem to pay no heed to the flintlock, thinking that they can get in close enough before you fire.
Oh, bullshit. Can I roll?
Yeah.
Alright, that's going to be finesse and aim. Shit. Motherfucker. 44. And I think I get one more die.
Yep.
49 total.
So yeah, you end up get. He tries to get in close before the flintlock can fire. His idea was, well, if I grab her hand, I can redirect it. But he's clearly not fast enough for that. He ends up getting it right to the face.
Ooh, I was aiming for the knee. Not trying to kill anybody.
Henri is a bit shocked seeing that kind of violence up close, but he's more concerned with the relic. But when he does go down, you do notice a couple of things. One is the fact that he has on his hands he has the words Vero Caraccio tattooed on his hands as well as on his fingers.
Okay. With me being a linguist, what does that translate to?
As far that particular what you do know about it is that it is one of the words associated with a society called the Rilesquier. Or Rilesciari. Sorry, mispronounced.
But I doubt I'd know much about it. I was actually just asking for a straight translation to see if I'd recognize anything.
No. So you have heard of an organization that seems to be the setting equivalent of hardcore anarchist. Oh. something else falls out of his pocket. A note. Though the note is written in code.
Could I decipher it?
You can tell that it is. It's a cipher that's common with the Explorer Society, and it's.
And of course, we don't
You
have
want-
Javier here. Son of a bitch.
Mm-mm. But you should be able to brute force it.
Okay. What am I gonna roll?
You're going to be rolling Resolve and Scholarship.
Okay. Here's hoping, because I got nothing in scholarship. Two raises.
That's just enough to do it. I am going to be putting up I'm going to be putting in the side chat for you.
Okay.
Actually, no, screw it. I'm just going to read off what the note says,
Okay.
since you are able to translate it. Though if anyone else picked up the note and tried to read it, it would look like a bunch of random words.
Duly noted.
Addressed to our house in Chiros. The true expedition, the one we're interested in, seems to be led by Captain Lieutenant de Rimbaud. The Emperor has requested that she sets up her headquarters in the Lower Stables Hotel, where Viscount de Malachabres is currently staying. It is imperative the hotel be placed under constant surveillance. If the relic is still in Chiros, it will pass through here. Beware, rumor is it that these secret tunnels connect the hotel to the Chateau du Soleil. Best regards, V.D.L.
Alright, I pocket that note for later to show to Javier when they get back.
Of course, the rest of you, this is what if you tried to read the note, this is what it would end up saying. I'm not going to pronounce any of that, but basically it's in a full cipher.
So basically today, what we wound up writing if any of us were drunk.
Alright, so are any of these assholes still coming towards us, and how close is our darling lieutenant?
The lieutenant is still within the convoy with you. As far as the rest, it's I guess the gunshot gave anybody else a
Healthy amount of pause?
benefit of wisdom. Yep.
Good.
And considering that I did manage to intimidate them, that the two of them pretty much... I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are probably pissing their pants right now.
And, Keelan is, keeping an eye on the rest, even as she's reloading her flintlock. Captain, Lieutenant. Got something you might want to, take a look-see at.
I'm listening. She says, with a get on with it kind of look.
Might want to interrogate your folk, because I think somebody might have betrayed some of your secrets. I point to the cipher. They specifically mention the secret tunnel that connects the Chateau de Soleil to the southern stables.
Am I within the earshot of hearing this as well?
Nope, because I
Yeah.
pulled her off to the side.
All right. I will make sure to question some of the people who may have been nearby during all of this.
And
I can assure you of that.
I make sure to point out that this particular band of brigands that's trying to that's hesitating on attacking are all part of the anarchist group that you mentioned.
Lovely. Another bunch of folks crying for revolutions.
Aye.
She seems to roll her eyes at that. But eventually, you guys get out of Shiros, and you seem to come upon a roadblock set up by what appears to be musketeers, but Francis, I want you to roll wits and notice.
That's a 37.
Yeah, free raises.
And he got a 10, so he gets an extra die, right?
Not at that rank yet.
Ah.
But you know that even though they may look like musketeers, they're not. They're more likely mercenaries that try to look like musketeers so that nobody bugs them. But they stop you and ask to search the carts, saying they're not overly aggressive. They were just asked to inform their employer of any odd cargo.
Who's your employer?
We can't tell you that.
And did you wear the Musketeer's coat of arms?
That was on our employer's orders, not our decision.
You do realize impersonating a professional soldier is grounds for arrest, correct?
We are, and one of them steps forward who wears a particular pin on his outfit that is easy to spot as a duelist pin. And says we will consider. We'll take that into consideration if we end up being arrested personally. However, I would like to indulge myself and that sword of yours, monsieur. At which point, he immediately takes off his glove and smack.
Oh boy, flashback.
If you can defeat me, then I will consider my pledges towards you.
In exchange?
In exchange, you let me and my men search the carts. If I win, you have my services. Let me rephrase that. I got myself crosswired. If you win, you have my services. If I win, my men search the carts.
Well, unfortunately, I am honor-bounded to accept that. As a proper musketeer, I can't exactly let this poser run free. So,
I
So,
am
shall we
going
do-
to take up post to make sure none of the other posers may try to get the sneaky idea to come look while everybody's distracted.
as I pretty much look at the one who approached me, so, shall we follow the traditional fencing rules?
That is perfectly fine with me.
Hydra, got a
Then?
question for you.
Yes?
Would you recognize what dueling school he's a part of? If he's wearing a special pin.
Well, that's the thing. I am trained in one school, but unfortunately, do I know them all? That would be I believe, I defer to you, Monk. Would it make sense that I recognize the school?
Roll wits and scholarship for that.
Ouch.
I
Oh, the
take
one-
it that's a pass. That's a fail.
You know that his particular, first off, instead of using a sword, he's using a whip. So you know that whips duelists are more of a thing in Vodach than they are in Montaigne. My name is Lucian. Who might I be addressing as my opponent?
I am Francis.
Very, very well then. I will not do anything. I will not do anything underhanded against another duelist.
Let's keep this fair and clean. And the last thing we need is to spill too much blood.
So, with that said,
I am going to find. Let's see. I think this will
Meanwhile-
work.
you're
Meanwhile-
likely going to be rolling weaponry. So, but which attribute are you going to be pairing with it?
Finesse, obviously. So I'm definitely going to follow the classic stance of Ambrosia, the rapier on the left, and a parry knife on the right hand.
And up against a whip. So you will be at a slight disadvantage, but this should be nothing new to you.
And yet,
So-
Ambrosia exists despite the myriad of other schools, so there is merit there. So do you want me to roll now?
Yep.
And I do get one reroll as well. And nothing changed.
All right. You can perform one of the duelist maneuvers if you wish.
Well, here's the thing, Tadia. I'm just gonna... Not yet. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm still testing the waters, see how good he is. But there is one thing about my actual school. Just a moment, let me just pull up the right sheet. Alright, so basically I'm not going to use my periscope, but I do have the war archon. And so let me just look it up. What is it? Yes. When you wound a villain for the first time, so not only does it take damage, it also takes a dramatic wound right off the bat.
Well, that is going to depend on how well he rolls. So he's got to get 5 raises in order to cancel you out.
Did?
And he does not.
Well, let's be frank, that is a very tall order.
So so you do so that does mean that you end up inflicting a number of wounds equal to your rank in weaponry.
Would be free.
Yep.
And as well as a critical because of war.
Mm-hmm.
No, not critical, dramatic wound.
Yep. At which point, as you do end up clashing, you're able to take advantage when he raises his arms up to prepare for his next spot with the whip, and getting close. The thrust that you end up doing, it is an ugly looking wound, but you essentially got him on the shoulder. So it's definitely a first to wound, but it's not going to be deadly.
I'd say you definitely got some talent. You managed to divert the stab onto their shoulder.
But he had said, I am a man of my word. So you will have my services.
All right. So basically, one, take off those coat of arms. You're not gonna be needing them.
As he does that, the others continue their search as if he hadn't said anything.
Keelan was standing post to keep everybody from searching.
They're trying to push you about. It's clear that their loyalty was more to the job than to him, which Lucian is not happy about. And and that whip that he was using against you, Francis, he's now using on what he thought were his own men.
Of advice, my fellow duelist, a mercenary's loyalty is never assured.
But afterward, one of the mercenaries is captured. Since it's not exactly the smartest move to try and start a fight with a convoy that obviously has some of the captain lieutenant's men around, since it doesn't take long for them to get involved. He just says, "This is way above my pay grade. I'm not taking this kind of job ever again." But one of the things you do notice with the one you captured is that he has scars on his arms. Scars that would be consistent with someone who uses porte.
And considering what happened near the end of the last episode with our foe getting shot via porte.
Yeah, indeed. Oi, who gave you those scars? You must know something.
He stammers a bit, but he isn't willing to say. Said he got these scars doing porte training when he was a kid.
Training by whom?
He just says a tall, scary Vestan woman.
You're not holding back on us now, are you?
No. No, she was with someone from someone who had a particular emblem
Go on.
on their thing.
You recognize it? Perhaps maybe even draw it?
He does end up drawing it, and after just making a crude recreation of the symbol right in the middle for this, what looks like 3 lines intersecting.
I start cussing up a storm.
I take it you know something to Sugar?
Sugar, don't you be calling me that.
Noted.
And that is for the ATC. What's the A stand for again?
Adabine.
Adabine?
Mm-hmm.
That stands for the Adabine Trading Company.
Wait, isn't that the same? I just let it trail off.
I've got business with them.
Well, that's a mighty strong coincidence.
At which point Montaigne simply says, "We have dealt with at least 3 instances of spies in the last 12 hours. I think the time for believing in coincidences is long past, Francis."
Indeed. Well, let's not waste any more time. If there are any more to that, they'll be looking to get at us as quickly as possible. It may be better we get back onto the road and start traveling as soon as possible.
But as you do, Lucian insists on coming with you.
You've got your own manservant now.
Oh, yay. I got a BFF now.
Which,
Well,
Looks like you got yourself a faithful follower there, Sunshine.
well, the more the merrier. You can't have a party with just one.
And a quick out of character thing for you. So, Keelan is still getting to know everybody. She is not. Her and Francis are probably going to be oil and water for a little bit until they really start trusting each other.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fair.
Because she absolutely holds no love for Montaigne.
And I get that, but I'm not going to press the issue unless you want to bring it up.
Well, no, I just wanted to let you know that because she's calling you Sunshine now because of the soleil on your
The coat of arms? Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I don't blame you at all.
but she'll tell you what nicknames you can call her when she finally trusts you. Just heads up.
yeah, Montaigne is looking at Lucian very suspiciously. Now that you've gotten a closer look at Lucian, there's a few things you can tell about him. He has pitch black hair that goes just down to his shoulders. He's clearly, even if he speaks the language of Montaigne pretty fluently, he doesn't look like he's native. He looks like he's more from Vodach than Montaigne.
Is he foreign born?
It is likely.
He may have immigrated here at some point. His Montaigne is too good for it to be just a mere something you just recently picked up.
Which is why I asked if he was foreign born, because his parents could have emigrated from Vodach to Montaigne. And he could have been born in Montaigne.
But
All right, you want to make yourself useful? Better be ready, cause I'm going to milk every ounce of effort today.
I would expect no less.
I nod.
Alright. Keelan looks over at Lucian and she says, "Where's your mom and dad?" In Vodach. In perfect Vodach, I might add.
Oh, someone in this country who speaks my language.
I speak many languages, friend.
I would rather not say. In a place as superstitious as this country, it's a touchy subject.
I ask because if the ATC is involved, your family might be in danger.
You won't have to worry about that.
As long as you're sure.
But as you do continue on, you you do eventually find Rim find the coach that Rimbaud was supposedly staying in. It was actually a decoy at the Cane Voyageuse way station. The but clearly someone took the bait because the thing is riddled with bullets and part of it looks like it got burnt.
Well, now. Someone's
Now,
definitely out to get us.
Uh,
At this point today, pretty much would be rather foolish to not expect everyone to be pointing their arms at us.
I look at Rimbaud and I ask seriously, what sort of shit is in that chest? Because somebody's trying real hard to get their hands on it.
I was not told, merely that it was a very important relic, and I chose not to press any further.
And damn it, I wish we had Javier here. Ah.
Do you even have any inkling about what is inside that thing, or what is it for?
No, I think she just said it plainly. She has no idea what's in it. She's just been told to guard it. And as the Emperor's right-hand woman, she's following orders.
And that end, she admits, even if I did know what was in it, I couldn't open it anyways. I don't have the key.
That's the point of this expedition, isn't it? We're about to search for that key, aren't we?
Either that or we're
Perhaps.
trying to get it as far away from the capital as possible.
The New World is the perfect place to hide the valuable relics you don't want anyone else to find.
Especially if it's dangerous. That's the only reason I
Indeed.
can think of for those locks.
It's really that dangerous, then all the more reason to just let us keep on going and getting out of Montaigne, or hell, even the whole the old world. Because if something does go wrong, at the very least it'll be far away from the world.
I say pitch it overboard when we're halfway through the ocean.
That I
Damn.
cannot allow. She interrupts your conversation.
So we pretty much have to be glorified coffin sitters.
Orders are orders. Regardless, we're heading to Arrogance.
Alright. Keelan is going to sit atop whatever carriage that she's riding in, and she's going to have her flintlock at the ready at all times.
I'm also going to go ahead to grab a seat and keep an eye out on the scenery as well. If anyone tries to come close, we'll at very least be able to see them coming.
I will, sit in the back.
But
Keeping an eye on stuff.
as you end up going, because Arrogance is eastward of Chiros. Midway through the route, you end up taking a roundabout way, heading north into woodlands off the beaten track. for those of you who are outside of the convoy, it does mean dealing with some of the branches because this particular road is less traveled. As day turns to night, the rain starts coming down more and more. And you eventually reach what looks like an old, decrepit manor. The gate leading to the domain bears an emblem and a family crest, but it's not one that any of you recognize. You're welcomed by gaunt, aging servants who offer board of essentially room and board without the room part.
Better than getting an impromptu bath.
But after the carts are loaded in past the gate, a Montaigne noblewoman who it's hard to tell her age and she has kind of a gloomy look makes her introduction. Though she seems a bit hammy and gloomy at the same time. And her face is painted enough that it would be very difficult to guess her actual age. And while she is wearing gloves, you can see that she has sharp nails poking at the fabric.
I bow to her. Bonsoir, madame. Pardon this sudden intrusion, but we need some. We would like her to request some shelter from the rain, at least until it passes.
She seems to laugh a bit, giving you a response in courtesy, but then immediately noticing Rimbaud and asks, "Did you? I see that you're still alive. Did you bring what I asked?" At which point Rimbaud nods and one of the men hands a small box to her. She opens up the contents and seems satisfied with it.
Noticing wits?
Yep.
Ouch. Nope. I fucked that roll up. I got an 11. Hey,
That's
Ivan,
still
I
one
think
raised.
you got I think you got the better, Ooh, good job, Francis. What about you, Ivan?
What am I rolling again? Sorry, it's...
Notice and wits.
Okay.
Beautiful roll.
So there's a couple of things you notice. Within the box are several vials and a piece of paper. The paper has L'Emperor's personal seal on it, which she grabs the paper and hides it in her sleeve. As far as what's on that document, you don't know.
Mm.
The other thing is several vials holding what looks like living mist. She opens one of them and breathes in the smoke and seems to enjoy breathing in the smoke, maybe a bit too much. Enough to raise an eyebrow at the very least.
Ivan, you've got scholarship, right?
1 in scholarship.
What about you, Francis?
0.
Shit. What would we roll? I know this is going to be a scholarship roll, but would that be wits or resolve on that one?
Wits.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'll go with ya.
We all will.
Ouch.
I got one raise, I believe.
2 races.
Yep, because you rolled 22, Francis rolled 17. I completely fucked that roll up, so nope.
It does seem to be a concoction that could only have been made through alchemy, though the process you don't know how it could have been made because you're too far away to notice. And unfortunately, you can't ask your alchemist friend to answer that.
Yup. Would any of us know what kind of drug that is at a first glance? Maybe we would have heard something about it?
You haven't. Most of the drugs that you're familiar with aren't smoke. At least the kind that you'd breathe in. Most of any smoke-related ones you know are the ones where smoke comes out.
Yeah, I got nothing. The alchemy is beyond my skills.
Same.
Same here.
But after keeping to herself for a bit, she points to a wall which tears open in a way that's very blatantly a porte gate.
I'm definitely trying to keep some of my anxiety of seeing another porte gate involved, considering what happened the last time.
She basically says, "I will get you passage to where you need through this gate, but you all are going to have to go through it. But it will be a way to get to where you need to go without much in the way of interruptions." On the plus side, you guys are getting passage to where you need to go in order to get to your ship. The downside, it means going through a porte gate, which means going into the place between worlds.
I pretty much look at everyone. Yeah. Yeah, she does raise a good point. We do want to go ahead and get that coffin out as soon as possible. Question is do we want to go ahead and take our chances with the gates or not? And that also includes like the captain lieutenant as well.
The mission's already been exposed, so we don't have much in the way of choice. Hence going this far. She says as you see that as the convoy is prepared to go into the thing. She says, half of you will serve as the vanguard, and the rest will be at the rear guard.
All right, sorry.
As this is going on, the horses are have blindfolds put on them.
Well, everyone, are you ready to take to journey to the bowels of you know where?
Not really, but I'll take one of the slots on the Vanguard.
Well, look on the bright side. If we pull this off, we'll get bragging rights when it's done.
I mean, it could be worse.
Keelan shudders. She isn't all that fond of this of the thought of this sort of way to travel.
And I'm saying this out of character before anyone asks. No, you cannot. Doing a porte all the way to the New World is.
Nope, that's impossible.
No,
We're only
no,
going
no.
somewhere where their blood has been spilled recently.
There's also the issue of geographical differences between Thea and the New World, and a few people have tried.
And died.
The lucky ones don't come back. The unlucky ones come back. Mostly. Kind of.
Dead.
Sort of.
Well, pieces of them came back.
Exactly. Dead.
The really
Although-
unlucky ones?
Think of it as in terms of fantasy that we could modern day fantasy trope that we could liken this to. They
Warp
splinch
travel.
them. No, they splinch themselves. You know, like apparition in Harry Potter.
Oh dear lord. For a moment there I was thinking more like traveling into warp in 40k, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm speaking out of character for this, but Porte can cover a lot of ground, but it is very, very dangerous. Which
So-
is why it's not just used willy-nilly, except by the particular brand of crazy.
Yep, and so's apparating, which is why it
Does-
requires a license.
Mhm.
Well,
It is. Now,
if the captain and lieutenant is ready to jump in, yeah, let's. I'm just going to swallow my my anxiety, and I'm just gonna pretty much take point, just to see if, and just scout just a wee bit.
So, as you all go in, you are informed. Keep your eyes shut. Do not open them. There are things there that would love to get a piece of you.
If that's the case, can I create like an impromptu blindfold or something?
Yeah.
Well, Keelan's already wearing a scarf in her hair, so she's gonna pull that down over her eyes.
Ivan, are you going to use that scarf as a blindfold?
I am.
Well, I'm just going to yeah. Do I even have a scarf? I don't think I have.
Let's say you have a handkerchief. You're a musketeer.
Yeah, that's fair. I am a musketeer, so basically I'm just gonna grab like say 2, maybe 3, and there you go, blindfold.
But as you go and you cross into the place between worlds, and you end up hearing what looks like a woman screaming in terror, the horses whinnying, and the sound of something moving around you. At which point you hear the noblewoman, a Lady Hildegard, say, "Keep moving, everyone, keep your eyes shut."
I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just gonna let my feet do its thing.
I'll just hold on to the carriage. Let it guide my way.
But there's some kind of monsters surrounding you and getting close. At some point, you feel like something tried to put its hands on you, but you don't know what it is.
I try not to flinch, and I just keep on walking. Hut 2, 3, 4.
My finger is hovering over the trigger of my flintlock, and is trembling all the while.
I don't know if I can see that, but can I go ahead and sense it to the Kaelin's anxiety?
Oh, she's gonna be muttering under her breath. She's gonna be cursing in several different languages. You will hear her.
Kaelin, Dida, focus on my voice. Hut 2, 3, 4. As
Sunshine?
I pretty much keep walking.
Sunshine, I appreciate it, but this is my way of getting through. You got yours. Just leave me be for a moment.
Yeah, so,
As you continue on, you do hear what sounds like mechanical noises, and then a soft ting as the creatures seem to back off. Henri saying, "This will keep them away for a little bit." But I want you. But as far as the role for this, the three skills that you can use, the approach I'll leave up to you, is ride, scout. Actually, you know what? Let me adjust that for a moment. First off, you guys are using resolve. The skill combo for this is going to be resolve and resolve and ride, since you are traveling with a convoy.
Permission to use athletics.
Granted.
yeah, same here.
What are we rolling for?
Probably to get through this Porte Hall.
Okay.
I also use athletics.
Do I get an extra die?
Is the reroll part checked on athletics?
Yup.
Then you do.
Never mind. That was
3
a botch.
raises, 2 raises, 5 raises. Yep. The dice gods show no mercy, Kay.
Amen.
Amen. But you do manage to get through. You do hear what sounds like a few of the other people on the convoy getting pulled aside and quite literally ripped apart. You also hear what sounds like a curse in a language even you don't quite know, Keelan.
Oh, that's no tongue I know. And I know
And-
almost all of them. At least for Thane.
I've heard the old wives' tales about how those beyond it tend to have their own languages.
Yep. You also hear as you continue on a shriek that wouldn't be too far removed from the shriek of a banshee that frightens one of the horses. So one of you roll ride. You can pick whichever approach you like.
Allow me. Oh, come on.
Fortunately, you just needed one raise, so you are able to calm the horse and continue onward.
Easy, girl. Easy.
Yeah. Eventually, you do make it out the other side, and though you've noticed about half of the convoy is gone. Hildegard is nowhere to be seen, and just as the portal starts to close, a pair of monstrous, grotesque-looking hands reach out and grab one of the captain lieutenant's men and pull him back in. And the last thing you hear before the portal closes is his screaming.
Oh, that's a nasty way to go.
Oh, but that's... We're gonna have to get him a funeral rites.
With
Yeah.
what? There's nothing left to bury.
More symbolic than anything. At least we'll raise a toast to him.
Meanwhile, Lucian is looking at all of you like you all are completely fucking crazy doing all of that.
Normal's overrated, mister. But holy crap, that is one experience I do not want to go through today anytime soon. If ever.
Yep. But everyone who's left does manage to find an abandoned church on a tall hill to use as a makeshift spot to recover after all the fuckery that just happened.
Alright. You know what? I know the perfect way to get everybody back, or to help everybody get some of their strength back. Can I do an empathy and resolve roll to actually just do a little bit of cooking, see as how our fucking chef isn't here?
Yeah.
Because nothing says comfort like a hot meal. Let's see. Yep, this is as best it's gonna get.
While Kalen is effectively being
One
our
raise.
impromptu chef, can I go ahead and see if I could just grab an instrument of some kind and just play something calming?
You can attempt that.
So that would be perform and what else?
Resolve. Two raises. Everybody's able to get some kind of respite. The whole time, Rimbaugh is trying to do a head count to see how many people are left and how much cargo is left. Fortunately, Henri is still alive. He's just very uncomfortable.
Did he bring an extra pair of trousers?
Did he bring his brown pants?
He's spending his time trying to reassure his dog that everything's fine, and even the dog was blindfolded. Don't worry.
Amen for that. We don't stand for animal abuse here.
And unless the animal does it to themselves, looking at you, honey badgers.
Oh no, honey badgers are always the exception.
and the rest of their family.
Yeah.
But as you as you do continue onwards with trying to settle things down, uh, the first thing you notice is, well, Hildegard's not here. She either she's either stuck there or she found a way back. And
I'm actually
but
going to assume that that banshee-like scream came from her.
from your perspective, you have no way of knowing whether that was or wasn't. It could be. So let's be thankful none of you are Porte sorcerers.
Yes.
True.
Amen.
But
Well, right now, the best thing to do is, besides calming our nerves, is to figure out where we are and how far we are from our destination.
but the she gets a bit of a report from someone who tried to survey the area to figure out where the hell they are, because this wasn't the initially agreed upon route. Then again, because of the whole thing with the spies, they've had to slapdash together a plan B.
Yep.
Well,
Uh,
I'd say at this point we're more on plan F.
I think that would be a good. So, question. Are we near the sea?
No, you are closer to the town of Deshane.
Well, no, I
Eh,
was
r-
gonna see if sailing might have done me some good here in recognizing shorelines.
You don't see a shoreline yet. On one end, you see the lights and walls of Deshane. On the other end, you see what looks like a military camp on the at the opposite direction.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hey, Cotton.
yes,
Which way are we going? Towards the town or towards that outpost?
the plan was to head to Deshane, which should be where the port is, but getting out of Deshane is easier than but getting out of Deshane is not as easy as getting in it. Think things have gotten complicated.
I would have used the term messy, but six and a half,
But-
one dozen the other.
But as you discuss the matter, suddenly in the church that you're in, you hear voices coming from a crypt. As if this place isn't as abandoned as you thought it was. There's
Oh,
somebody
shit.
downstairs.
Oh,
Shite.
merde. What now?
Well, what are we gonna do?
That's the thing. Do we investigate or do we... Yeah. Because I have no idea what to do. Who or what could be down there.
Well, as you're going into this, you do hear Rimbo say, "Check that out. We need to make sure this place is secured before we move forward."
Ah, damn it. Where's our Rogan when you need it?
Alright. Keelan pulls both Flintlock and Falchion. I'll be right back.
Right.
Not
So
alone, did you?
I've
I'm
got
coming
two.
with ya.
I've got two in hide, so
Yep. And this is going to be a roll of finesse and hide.
all right. Finesse. There it is. All right. Two raises.
So as you head down, you see what looks like a small congregation with what looks like a very stern-looking but erratic priest. And you're assuming a priest because he's wearing Vaticine robes, saying, Armageddon is near. The revolt of Deshane is an insult to the divine order. 'Tis a warning. The downfall of this corrupted nation is near, and the rest will follow. He seems to be preaching to a bunch of peasants who have scared looks in their eyes.
On the other. Which is actually Gaelic for the devil take it, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what are my options, Monk? Because the peasants are obviously scared.
You can make yourself known, or you can sneak back in a out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. They clearly don't know that you're part of what's left of a convoy.
So they knew about the convoy coming.
No. This particular congregation does not know that.
Alright. Now, one more time, what did the priest say about a revolt?
That's something you're probably going to want to bring up when you head back.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to sneak back up.
I'm not going to have you roll for sneaking the other way since you've got a route.
Oh, dear. I head back over to the captain lieutenant.
Is there something you wish to...
There's a congregation down below. Most of them scared peasants. The priest is practically beside himself and mad. And he's talking about a fucking revolt going on in over in the town.
Yeah. He's not completely wrong there.
Ah,
There's been
cuck.
reports of a plague that hit Deshane that has escalated tensions. And parts of Deshane want to be independent.
Bother me.
That I pretty much have a somber look on my face. And this is why I hate about politics.
You're telling me.
But
Alright, question. Out of character.
Mhm.
How close are we to Deshane?
A stone's throw.
Like within 20-minute walk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The distance isn't the problem. Getting in without raising a fuss is the problem.
All right, cuz I just want to get to the docks to see if we can if I can find somebody I might know. I mean, I am a quartermaster.
Mm-hmm.
I know just about everybody in the fucking guild on that regard.
Yeah.
And let's see, are we anywhere near water with this church?
No, it's at the top of a hill.
Shit. Okay. The military outpost, is that near water?
No, and that's
Fuck.
a long ways in the other direction.
Son of a bitch.
How long?
Probably too long. We're probably, if he's saying that, it's probably like half a day or more travel away. Let's see. All right. Okay. Ivan, what is your hide skill at?
My height skill? Where's height at? It's a 3. And I can do reroll.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm not subtle when it comes to hiding.
All right, because I've got a 2, but I've also got 3 levels in Resolve, Wits, and Finesse. So
I
I'm
have
not
4 in
entirely
wits,
worried.
So
I'm not entirely worried about my hide skill. I'm not entirely worried about my convince skill either. Alright, if I were to sneak into the town, would that be a combination of hide and finesse still?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, here's the plan. I know more than a few quartermasters here in Deshane. I'm going to see if we can't figure out a way for us to get in unnoticed. But I need to go on my own for a moment. And I'm looking straight at the captain lieutenant as I'm saying this.
Very well.
Alright. You two. Be careful. Keep each other safe. I don't know where the hell our other 3 are. Probably sleeping on the job still.
Again?
Yup. Anywho.
Right, I'm gonna stay here. Someone has to keep an eye on our VAP and the cargo.
Definitely. Don't let anyone near that cargo. Counting on both you and Lucian to hold that front.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll keep this thing safe.
Alright. Okay, so I am going to make my way towards the gate. Is it possible that I know a secret way in and out of the city?
There is, but you're still going to have to make the check to make sure that
Yep.
you can navigate it
already-
without getting lost.
I just wanted to make sure I knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rolling that now. That is still hide and finesse. Four raises.
You do manage to get through, and you see some parts that are still named with the old name and some with this brand new name. It's clear that the this particular push towards independence isn't universally agreed on in town from what you're able to see, because
Mm-hmm.
some parts need to be changed to reflect the independence push, and some parts aren't. I.e., the sole reason there hasn't been a bigger push outside for independence is they're spending more time arguing with themselves about whether or not they should be independent.
Independent.
AKA the fictional version of Quebec's independence.
Well, that might make it easy on my end. I start making my way over to the docks, and I'm actually going to be specifically looking for anybody that I know of from the Brotherhood of the Coast. That would be a fellow quartermaster on that part.
Mhm. You you do look up and down to see if there's anyone there, but it's hard to really tell because the whole place has been put on lockdown. The political tension has created um a kind of martial law in the place,
Mm.
as well as the fact that you do see that there are some people outside who are clearly sick. You do hear rumblings about a plague that hit the city not too long ago.
All right. Okay, so do I find somebody or no?
No. You are able to find a route to get you close to the gates safely, which you could bring the convoy with, but that's as close as you can get. At least for now.
All right. Damn, I'm really trying to think here. Uh
But the reason it's hard to find anybody from the Brotherhood. There's more people here who are who are full on military than say merchants.
mm. All right. All right, what about just fellow quartermasters then?
Any
Cuz
any
cuz
that you would
Stock still
find
has
are
to
they're military ones. They're not going to be talking with you.
God damn it.
Not without me smoothing things over with them anyway.
All right.
Even you couldn't do that because you're not part of the militia in this town, for one, and two, even if Francis is a musketeer, he's on the low end of the totem pole.
It's going to take the captain lieutenant. And even then she might be outright attacked.
Yep. But
Indeed.
Okay. All right, here's a question. Ivan, do you have any sort of healing abilities?
Healing? I can check my spell. Wait, I don't have spells. Oops.
you don't have spells, you have glamours.
Yes. Where do I find my... Sorry, it's been a bit. Where do I find my glamours at? I'm a little scattered brained right now today.
I put it up in the bio and info tab at the top for your sheet, since there's no way to put it in.
I have pretty luck.
Oh, petty luck, which
Petty
just
luck.
which is not healing.
No, I don't have any healing.
Damn. And of course, we don't have our fucking alchemist either.
Yeah. But As you all are debating, Rimbo says, "I think it might be best to make camp for the night. We just went through hell itself with that gate, and we need some we need some more time to assess the situation in the town. We'll camp outside the gates. We will try in the morning, because at this point it's just reaching dawn.
Okay. So I look over at Rimbao and I say, we need to hide the fact that we are an official royal convoy of the Emperor. They're going to sooner kill us than listen.
All the
'Cause
more
of it-
reason to make camp to try and disguise the carts we do have.
And not just the carts, but yourselves too.
That is fair. She looks at Francis and says, "Wearing the soleil is going to draw attention if we go in."
Indeed. It is though. There's definitely some hesitation, but I do remove the coat of arms, and now I try to make myself look like just any other civilian.
Rub some dirt on your face. That'll always help. Ruffle up your hair a bit too. Also,
Then I'm gonna grab a handful of mud and dirt and just do it.
I look over at Rimbao. Do we have any sort of medicine in our stores?
Most of the medicine that was prepared was on the ship. All that's in the convoy, that we can salvage at least, is the research material Henri requested.
God damn it.
If we did have any medicine available, it was lost in the place between worlds.
Keelan drops a few Inish swears.
Always one thing or another.
Alright, give me the ledgers. Let me look over what we got, see what's missing. And I'll see what we can put together. We might be able to break this. We might be able to condense everything down.
She hands you the ledgers, but there's quite a few papers. It's going to take some time. And given in that particular time frame, we will handle on the next installment, because I think this is as good a spot as any to cut it off before we head into the next scene proper.
Yeah, because we definitely need everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we've done all we can, given our limited skill sets and everything.
But
Yep.
before we do head off, Keelan does relate everything she learned while when she snuck into town.
Yep. Which does mean the situation is all the more complicated, because the city's on lockdown. You have a plague going on. You have a plague that they're dealing with, and you have the fact that that half of the town is fighting the other half, and the militia is trying to keep everything on lockdown, and the results are mixed.
That they are.
But
The perfect shit show.
just remember, folks, it can always, always, always get worse.
That it
Murphy's
can.
Law.
But that is where we're going to wrap up things for this part of it. We will be back. We'll be back next week with more of the Cloister proper. And stay tuned over the next few days, because there's going to be a few other surprises in store. But until then, On behalf of the good brothers present and not present, my name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody.